using our fun watercolor palette by Crayola. I will be showing you guys how to properly use your watercolors, but also for you guys to look at the palette and see what colors that you can use for your pet, and also get a feel for watercolors and how they work on paper. Hi artists! In this lesson we're going to get comfortable with our watercolor paints before we use them on our pet drawing. We'll practice how much water to use, how to blend colors, and how to make soft and bright areas and textures. You can also use any paper that you have, but thicker paper works best for watercolor. Today we'll use your Canson Mixed Media sketchbook or watercolor paper, your Crayola 16 color palette watercolors, some watercolor brushes or mixed media brushes. The Crayola set does come with its own paintbrush, so it does come with it. For today's demo, I'm just going to use 3 brushes today for practice, but you can use as many as you'd like. A cup of water and some paper towels. Before we begin, artists that are right-handed, it's better to have your cup of water on your right side where your dominant hand is, along with your brushes and your watercolors. If you're left-handed, you're gonna have your palette and water cup on the left side. It just makes things much easier to work. Let's start by getting to know our brush. Dip it in clean water, then swirl it into a color of your choosing. Not too much water, just enough so the paint wakes up. Try painting one smooth line. See how it looks? I like to create small puddles of water, and when I add my pigment or color into the puddle of water, I do have enough pigment to paint with. Now add a little more water and make another line right next to it. This line should look a little bit lighter than the rest. One thing to keep in mind is when you have a lot of water and you have less color in it, it's going to be lighter. But if you have a lot of water or less water and you add more color into it, it's going to be darker. Now go ahead and try this with another color. Feel free to experiment and add less water or more color or more water. If you feel that you have too much water and color on your brush, you can always dab it on your paper towel. Paper towel is your best friend when painting. Now let's try mixing color. I'm going to take some yellow and mix a little bit of red to make orange. Try blending 2 of your favorite colors right on the paper. Rinse your brush between colors so they don't get muddy. Next we'll be lathering up your paintbrush and go ahead and take some nice swatches of the color that you created. I did see that this was a little lighter to my liking, so I went ahead and added more yellow and some more red to make it an even darker orange that I like. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to make a gradiated wash, which is 2 of your favorite colors that you can choose from your palette. I chose yellow and red. I'm going to set down the yellow here, and then I'm eventually going to add in the orange very carefully, taking my time so that you can see the transition between yellow to orange to red. In another page in your sketchbook, we're going to start on layering and texture. First, we're going to start off with your color of choice. I chose this really pretty magenta color that we have in our color palette. And I'm just going to create some random shapes, just simple stuff, nothing too fancy. When you're done with those, we're going to go ahead and let them dry. In just a moment, I'm going to show you all how to do another wet on wet watercolor. Basically, I'm going to be showing you guys the same thing I did last time, but using an organic shape here. It kind of looks like a a gummy worm. So I'm gonna go ahead and while that's still wet, I'm gonna take a paper towel and dab on the wet colors. So you can get these really interesting textures that we got going on here. If you want to add more color, you can go ahead and add a color of your choosing and just lightly dot them around the figure. Going back to your already dried painting, you're going to take a wet paintbrush and drag it across the paint, and you're going to lift it, the same thing that we did earlier with gummy worm figure, and you're going to take your paper towel and lift it as well to create these interesting textures. Another cool technique is called glazing. It's basically when you have a dried section of your painting and you're going to take another color and go over that. So it creates these different colors that you go over with it. For the last portion of this demo, I'm going to do one more shape, and it's also going to be wet on wet. Another reminder to please make sure to change out your water every time you're painting and cleaning your brushes. Alright students, I hope today's lesson was helpful for you and also fun and helped you understand how watercolors work and how to use it. I'll be seeing you guys in the next class when we start painting our pets.